in this question, it's given that Greg gets for the first 40 units $2 per unit, and for each additional unit he gets $2.5. So this is given, and it's also mentioned in the question that for the particular 2 days he made at least 30 units per day and he was paid a total of $180. Now we need to find out the maximum number of units which he made on a particular day. Alright, now over here notice it's given that he made at least 30 per day, right? So that would be within the 40 units. So 30 per day would give him 60 per day dollars, right? Because he gets $2 per unit. So for the 2 days he would get 30 into 2 plus 30 into 2. That's $120. Now out of the $180 we are left with $60 to distribute among the 2 days. Alright, now let's say on any one of those days he made an additional 10 units to reach up to 40, right? We have taken up to 30, so there is 10 more to reach up to 40. So for these 10 more units he would get 10 into $2, which is $20, right? So out of the $60 we have consumed 20 more dollars and we are just left with $40, right? And we need to know how to distribute it so that we can maximize the number of units produced on a particular day. All right, now this 40 has to be equal to x into 2.5 plus y into 2, right? So let's say we want to give it to this particular day. So on this day he has already reached 40 units, right? 30 initially, and then we gave another additional 10. Now we want to maximize it, so let that be x, and for each additional unit he's doing on that particular day he'll get $2.5. Now just in case it won't match up to 40, we have to fit in the remaining dollars into the other day where he has just done 30. So up to 40 he would just get $2 per day on that particular day. All right, so let's make some space over here. So we have written this equation over here. 40 is equal to x into 2.5 plus y into 2, and we need to maximize x, and that means we have to minimize y. All right, now how can I do it? Let's try to put in some numbers and arrive at the value. Now if I take the value of y as 0, because I'm trying to minimize it, right? So if I'm taking the value of y as 0, that means 40 is equal to x into 2.5, or x is equal to 40 divided by 2.5. So can I do that? Let's do that. 40 by 2.5 is 400 by 25. Now I cancel out 5 from the numerator and denominator. That's 80 by 5. Again I take out 5 and I get 16. So this is possible, right? So I can put the value of x as 16 and the value of y as 0, and this will give me the maximum possible value. Now if this was not possible, then I should have tried other values like y is equal to 1, 2, etc. And I'm trying to minimize y so that I'll get the maximum possible value of x. Now in this case this was working out. So when I tried 0, yes, it was possible to get 40. And again remember, x has to be a whole number because you cannot put a half unit, right? It is not mentioned in the question, so it has to be a whole number, but it was working out for this. So x is equal to 16. So on that particular day he did 16 plus 10 plus 30, right? So that's the total number of units that he can produce, the maximum number of units that he can produce on a particular day. So 30 plus 10 plus 16 gives you 56, and that is the answer, option C. Now let's look at what is being tested in this question. Over here we have to minimize and maximize something, right? So the question is based on minimizing and maximizing. Let's say a plus b is equal to 10. If you want to maximize a, that would mean you have to minimize b. So this is the concept that you should know over here. So if you want to maximize a, that means you have to minimize b. So you put b to 0 and you get the value of a as 10. Now if b cannot be negative value, okay, so I'm not writing that over here, but that's the assumption over here because it's units of production. You cannot produce a negative number of quantity of something. All right, now again remember, when you do this you have to look out for any constraints given. All right, so that's something that you should keep in mind. Let's say it's given that a is odd. I'm just taking an example. If it's given that a is odd, then you cannot put 0 over here, right? It's not working out. So again, nothing may work or something may work. Like if a is odd, then if 0 does not work, then you have to try other values. Now let's try b is equal to 1, then a would be 9, and yes, odd is also working, so the constraint is met. So in this case the maximum value of a would be 9.